Whatever.
Art takes many forms. Artists make choices about the style, techniques, and materials which will help them express their intentions in the most effective way. Let's take a look at the way artists use the special properties of visual language to create meaning in a work of art. There are elements that make up the physical form. Because things like line, color, texture, and shape, and value are usually present in an artwork in some way, they have been called the formal elements because they make up the artwork's physical form. These formal elements are then arranged by the artist in a particular way. This arrangement is called composition, or sometimes design. The character of a line alone can be quite expressive. Lines can be bold or delicate, curvy or pointed, thick or thin. If you could touch your emotions, how would they feel? Would anger feel jagged or smooth? If you were feeling calm, would you choose a graceful or choppy line? The same holds true for color. When an artist chooses the colors they will use, it is called a color scheme. Some color schemes are colors from the same color family. These are called analogous colors. These colors usually create a feeling of harmony. Other color schemes use discordant colors to create a sense of agitation. Bright colors tend to demand attention, while muted colors politely invite us to explore them. Shape too adds to the expressive information. Rounded shapes pose different visual sensations than angular ones. Combined with different textures, shape gives us context clues as to what the visual information in an artwork might represent. The use of value, or light and dark, helps set the dramatic tone of an artwork. Harsh lighting with a lot of contrast can create high drama. More subdued, or even lighting can create a more tranquil scene. An artwork can exist in several spaces. For example, a sculpture exists in 3 dimensions and is usually viewed in a specific place. Conceptual art can sometimes exist only in the space of our minds. When artists talk about space in a painting, they don't mean where the painting physically exists. Rather, they are talking about the space inside the rectangle of the painting's support. That's what the painting is painted upon. In a 2-dimensional artwork, this is called the picture plane. If the artist packs the picture plane with lots of elements, it can create a sense of certain energy, like being in a crowd. More open spaces create a place for the objects in the painting to breathe, like standing in an open field. There are, of course, other things that make up the form of an artwork, like material, media, dimension, and process. Some artworks are very large and imposing, some small and intimate. Sometimes the way an artist uses the material can be rough and primitive, and other times slick and machined. In some artwork known as performance art, the action of the artist is the form of the work, and only photographic evidence of the performance is left when it is over. To communicate well, an artist uses these formal elements in ways that mirror the way our brains process information. For example, if everyone wore the same clothes all the time, we would quickly become bored. On the other hand, our brains need consistency so we don't become overloaded by processing new information constantly. Artists understand our brain's need for both variety and unity and use these concepts when composing their work. Our bodies feel awkward when falling and prefer a state of balance. However, we also find it beautiful and exciting to watch a dancer, with speed, strength, and grace, take their movement right up to the edge without losing their balance. Although some artists do include actual movement in their work, there is also a sense of movement and balance that can be created in a static artwork. In a 2-dimensional artwork, there can be the illusion of movement, but movement can also refer to how the artist places the elements in a painting to move the viewer's eye around the picture. Likewise, the placement of elements can create a sense of stability using symmetrical balance, or a sense of liveliness using asymmetrical balance. Like a dancer, if an artwork gets too out of balance, it can fall flat on its face. When our lives are stable and things are going well, we experience a sense of harmony. If an artist wants us to have the sensation of harmony, they will use the lines, shapes, and colors in a way that will fit together smoothly. If an artist wants to make us uncomfortable or push us out of our comfort zone, they will arrange those formal elements in a clashing way. When we walk into a room, our eye naturally finds something on which to give our attention. That person or object is the focus while everything else is out of focus. As our attention shifts, so does what is in and out of focus. An artist can also manipulate the way our eye processes the visual information of line, shape, and color to focus our attention to a certain part of the artwork. An artist may choose to emphasize certain objects in their work, or they may want us to understand the artwork as a total integrated experience. Artists, being curious and creative people, are always looking for ways to effectively express their vision of the world. In an ever-changing world, there is always something new, and artists find ways to investigate, make sense of, and express their ideas about their experience. We can see that the principles of composition relate to the way we process information. Remember, we also need to consider the artist's theme and the context in which the work was made to gain a full understanding of the artwork. However, by understanding something about how an artist uses the formal elements and manipulates these principles in creating an artwork, it can give us some language to talk about or write about art effectively. We can get a step closer to understanding the artwork's meaning.